Today we are going to look at equations that are either no solution or identity equations. Let's work through the first problem. We need to get the x's on the same side. So let's subtract 5x from both sides. Now what happens next is different than the equations we have been solving, equations with rational solutions. What happens when we subtract 5x from itself? We get 0. We can say that the variable has dropped out, or that it has been eliminated. When this happens, we need to look at what is left. When we bring down the two terms that are left when you have subtracted the 5x from itself, we get the statement that 3 is equal to -2. This is a false statement. These two things do not equal one another. If this occurs, then we say that this equation has no solution. In other words, there is no value that you could substitute in for the x in the original equation to get the left side of the equation to equal the right side of the equation. Now let's look at the second equation. We need to subtract 3x from both sides. As you can see when we do this, just like in the previous problem, the variables drop out. This time, however, when we look at what is left over, we get -8 equals -8. Which is a true statement. So this is called an identity. Which means you could pick any value for x and substitute it back into the original equation, and the left side would always equal the right side. To recap what we just went over, if the variables drop out of the equation as you are solving it, there are two things that can occur or will occur. If you get a false statement with what is left over, then the type of solution you get is no solution. Again, there is no mathematical way to get the left side to equal the right side of the equation when this occurs. The other thing that can happen is that you could be left with a true statement. And if you are left with a true statement, then the type of solution you have is called an identity. And that would mean any value you would choose for x would make the equation true. It would solve the equation, make the left side equal the right side. Alright, well that's all we have for today, so you guys have a great night.